trickeries. That's a very interesting concept. Can you give us a little bit more information and examples about that?
Yeah, so absolutely. So past me, she was notorious for overbooking, overextending. My default answer was always yes. And I think to some extent that's a good thing. Like I'm always open to the meat of life and more. But sometimes that causes overextending yourself and burning yourself out. So one of the things that I did during my recovery was I created my own time management tools because I couldn't find any that existed that worked. And what my self-trickery looked like was working in a month view calendar where the box for each day is teensy tiny, like an inch. And that has helped me to not overbook, because once that tiny box is full, then I know that I'm capped for that day. And a lot of people sort of give pushback. My tools are intentionally different. And so sometimes I'll get pushback where people say, well, I can't fit everything that I need to do in that small box. And right there, I'm telling them, that's your problem. Like if you're scheduling 12 things in one day, you're setting future you up for failure. And so that's a good example, I think, of the self-trickery that I now do, is I create realistic boundaries sometimes that tend to translate to boundaries that I need.
To give our audience something to do, based on our conversation today, what 1 to 3 action items would you give them to do today or this week to improve their lives?
Okay, I love action items. So step 1 is you've got to know what's important, because otherwise you don't know what direction you're going. So take some time to sit down and just have a brain dump of what do you want your life to look like 1 year from now, okay? And then take those things, like look at what you journaled, what you jotted down, and try to establish 3 SMART goals. So SMART being specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound. And put those goals, just 3 for the year, that'll help you get to that vision. And then every Friday, start making a plan for the week ahead. So you can go to OregonMeDay.com, get a free download of my weekly planning sheet, and start doing a weekly plan. And that will help you if you think about what is that vision, what are those goals, and how do you do something every week that's going to get you there. That will help. And then part of that too, just that act of weekly planning reduces Sunday scaries. It helps you to be more focused and proactive for the week ahead. And it just helps you to honestly not squander time and be more efficient and balanced. So I'd say those 3 things: figure out your vision. What do you want? What's important to you? Turn it into just a few goals. You don't need too many. And then start planning every week to include those goals along with the stuff you're already going to have to do.